Welcome to the Northeast Kingdom Voice. I'm your host, Scott Wheeler. Nobody likes to hear the word cancer. Well, today's guests are two of the crusaders against this disease, Cassie Moulton and Sharon Stewart. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Well, first of all, Sharon, I don't even know if I need to really introduce you because you're kind of like everybody knows you. If they drive around Newport, they know you. They might not know you by name, but you're usually out there hoofing around and bringing people out for their walks. How many miles do you put on a day?
I don't know.
A lot.
Yeah, it depends how far. Depends how much it's raining. You know, I don't like to walk in the rain or the snow.
But you're Sharon Stewart, and you are what, a health and fitness instructor?
I am a certified personal fitness instructor and a certified personal trainer.
Right. And Cassie?
I am part of the Halo Foundation, which was created by the Wright family when their mother passed away. And we pretty much, there's no paid employees, where 100% of our donations go to help any families that are dealing with cancer, whether it's, to help with fuel, gas, groceries, anything, medical bills. We just created Halo's Heroes, which is a group of people that go around and help also with yard work, firewood, anything really, shoveling snow, anything that people need. Halo Foundation's there to help.
I offered walking assistance or cooking, and I think they took the walking.
Right.
I have yet to be called to cook someone dinner yet. But
how about raking? You look like you'd probably
no, I'm
enjoy
not.
raking.
No, I would rather teach a fitness class
Look
for
at her, she's
Halo.
like, no.
My kids did the Halo for Heroes. The softball team went out and raked
Yep.
lawns. I decided to do a fitness workout
Yep.
for them.
Right. Now, Cassie, not only did the Wright boys lose their mother, but shortly after they lost their father.
They did, yes.
I think, as I've told you before on my radio show, I think what they're doing is just phenomenal. And I think too many people are kind of jaded to giving to causes because oftentimes that money's just going into administrative
Right.
use. And but 100% of your money goes
100%.
right. And how come they decided? Because they had to have been grief-stricken losing both their parents in such a short time.
They were extremely grief-stricken. I don't think until you've actually experienced something, you can say, oh, I understand how they're, what they feel. I still don't understand how they feel or what they're going through. I still have my parents. But I'm sure it was beyond what anyone can even imagine. But they just thought we struggled. Both his parents, they had two incomes, and then when his mom got sick, it went down to a one-person income, which, as we all know, if we could survive on one-person income, we would. But if you can't, you can't. And thank God for all of us. There's 4 boys, and plus each of them have a significant other. We just kind of each shared in the burden of the bills, whatever needed to be done, and they were lucky. Mary and York were very lucky to have those boys. Not a lot of families can say that. There's a lot of single people experiencing it. There's a lot of families, but there's also elderly. There's just sometimes people don't really have as much of a network as we do. So we know that and understand that.
In the Wright family as a whole, you're a huge family if you go out to the uncles and aunts.
Yes, definitely.
So, Sharon, explain a little bit of your volunteer activity that you plan on doing during the summer.
Like I said, I'm all for whatever Cassie needs, whatever Halo needs. I'm the first one to want to stand up and do it. I'm not real thrilled about jumping in the lake at below zero weather.
Which
kind
some
of
people
backed
did.
out of
Which
that.
a lot of people
did.
Yeah.
I'd rather give money.
I picture you could have jumped into a lukewarm shower.
I could have
We
jumped.
actually, just to interject, we actually raised, and I don't have the total figures today, but I think we almost raised $1,000
Well, that's good.
just on that challenge.
And
So,
then we had the girls softball, Strike It for Cancer,
Yeah.
and the Halo Heroes. So the reason what possessed me is that God gave me the strength and the ability to do this. And he gave me the strength to go out and work and fight for those that can't do it. So I'm like my son says, I do for those who can't do. And my talents can reach a broader range of people than just a handful, right? So what I'm going to do is bring it out to the community. I'm going to come out all summer long, every Saturday morning at 8 a.m., and we're going to do a fitness workout.
And where is
the
this?
municipal
At the
building.
municipal building.
Yep.
And all proceeds, everything is going to Halo.
Right.
Right.
And I will commend you, Sharon, and I know this isn't about you, is wherever there's a good cause, you're usually there. And most of the time, you're not jumping up and down and telling everybody about it. Like when my father-in-law died last year, when my mother-in-law died last year, you were the first one to bring us food. And you do so much, and I think you need to be commended for it. I know you don't.
I didn't
you,
cook it though.
I didn't cook it.
that's true. Wait, are you saying you can't cook?
You don't. No, I can cook.
Does Mark
Nobody
cook?
eats it. Yes, Mark does all the cook.
Right.
So, but wouldn't you say that that's really true about Sharon?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh.
And I think it goes along with Sharon, but it also goes along with what this community is all about.
Exactly.
There are, I mean, anything that happens in this community, it's like everybody
family.
pulls together
Yeah.
and becomes one. We saw it with, the death with our parents. We saw it with just anything that Halo has to do, or anything that happens in the community, whether there's a fire, whether there's, damages, break-ins, whatever. People come together and they
Right.
really help.
And what I tell people about this area is we can play together, we can work together,
Right.
and we can fight together.
absolutely.
And sometimes the people, you probably saw people go to the right family to help them that maybe you would have thought, really? You never thought they would come out.
I mean, we did, after Matt's mom passed away, we did a little meet and greet. His parents are very private people, or were very private people. So we didn't do a big, a lot of after funeral parties or anything. So we just did something simple at their home that they lived in. And it was nonstop. All day throughout the night, people just coming and paying their respects, and it made you realize that the community is strong and 100% united when something happens, but it also showed that we need to help the people in this community that really need it and really have a connection to the people here. So
We have a strong, strong community based, and I think when people say, "Why do you stay in Newport?"
Right.
People forget. You know what? This is why we live. This community that we live in is such a loving, believe it or not, and warm community. And they look out. You're right. They fight with each other. They usually don't have a lot of good things to say, but in turn, they come back 100%
Right.
and have your back. And you will never find this in New York City. You won't find this in Boston. You won't find this outside of this area. And if you actually think about it, when people say, "Why do you stay in Newport?" Because I don't think there's a better place to live.
Right. And
I can go out and walk my dogs. My dogs can take a walk and get arrested and come back.
Right.
I mean,
that's right. Yeah, I read your post on Facebook quite often. All right, anybody seen my dogs? And, and
everyone's looking out for my dogs. They'll be
Right.
like, "That's shit." You can't find that anywhere else.
with as much as you walk, does Mark ever utilize that same word of mouth to find out where you are?
Yeah.
Right.
He'll drive through Newport. He'll be like, "I know I'll find her somewhere."
Right, exactly.
So, Cassie, what does your money go for? Not your money, but your group's money.
The Halo Foundation?
Right.
Anything. As long as we keep it very simple. People who are experiencing cancer have enough paperwork to deal with. They have enough questions to answer and to go through. So we keep it simple right now just because it is a small community, so everyone is connected in a certain way. But it goes for anything. I mean, we had people call us up and we didn't actually give them money. We delivered firewood and we threw in and stacked their firewood. I had another woman call up and say, I don't really need financial help, but, I don't have the strength to weed my garden. So we sent some kids down with Chelsea. I'm going to say her last name wrong, so I apologize, Chelsea. But Chelsea Bohannon, she is the athletic trainer at the high school. She has taken over Halo's Heroes for us to help out because everyone's super busy with their part in Halo. So she took a group of kids down and weeded a garden. We've sent out gas cards before. We've sent money just for rent. We've paid landlords rent money before. Just anything and anything. It doesn't. We've also there was one that they went away with their family. They didn't do any. They didn't pay their bills. They didn't do anything except they used that money to take their family somewhere. Right. And if that's what Halo's money goes to, is to help that family kind of have some time together, then it's worth it.
Right. And these are all people with cancer.
With cancer, right. Halo Foundation is specifically, our mission is to help families dealing with cancer.
Right. And is that because the Wright's mother?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it was started because of Matt's mom, Mary Ellen Wright, for cancer. But if we can grow Halo and get more support and really grow the funds, we really want to branch out and in the future to really extend out to anybody with a disease, anybody going through a hardship.
Right. And I've been seeing though in the obituaries, you're starting to get people at the end, who can you donate to? And I've been seeing the Halo Fund.
Bittersweet, right?
Right.
Bittersweet.
Well, it'll help out somebody, but I've noticed it more. And as I said, I help out with different causes, but I just think your cause is just so phenomenal because, especially the fact is that, you're not just skimming off like $20,000 a year for yourself, or some of these organizations you donate to, you get to read how much the salaries are, and you start thinking, well, is this really worth it?
And that's super important to a lot of people. We get asked that a lot as far as, if we do something, they're like, well, who does the money go to, or how much of the money goes to it? And because it is 100% goes to the Northeast Kingdom, it's Orleans County, by the way, that we help because Lamoille Valley does, their area. But it's important to people. And we get more donations because of that aspect. So, I mean, I also have to, there are some times, where if you could pay someone a little bit, not $100,000 a year, but sometimes just to pay some people for their time or their help, it can really make a foundation go further. But that's not our intention, nor is it our goal. But I do understand that some people have to be paid because that's their only source of income. But I don't agree with the flamboyant.
Right.
I actually do it because I love to work out.
Right.
And I have to share my love of work. You know what the problem is if I'm by myself, I'm not happy. So this way I've invited the whole community to come out and keep me company.
Right. Sharon, we've known each other, I think, most of our lives. And I don't remember you as being an exercise guru back in high school.
I wasn't.
But suddenly, well, I know the show isn't.
Oh, that's funny.
But
oh, it's not.
when did you become? You're like the person in the area.
When did I become? I went to. This is a funny story about when I went away to school in Florida. I got dragged to a fitness class, and I didn't work out at all.
Oh, that's funny.
Never. In my gray sweatpants and my gray sweatshirt, and I was about 30 pounds heavier. And I was in the way back of the room.
That's where I stay.
In the back of the room, and there was this woman on the stage who was a little bitty thing with big hair, big hair, and a big voice. And we started this high impact aerobics, and about 7 minutes into it, I was laying on the floor, and I thought, I am so gonna die. I'm never coming back. And then I just thought that was it for me. And I was so mesmerized by her, I went back the next day, and I kept going back. And by God, by the time I came back from back home for vacation, I was 30 pounds lighter and just loved it. And then I thought, I can probably do this. Then I started dancing in my living room by myself. And that works. And
That's the best,
Anyway, so my love for it just grew and grew. And then I realized, oh my God, I can start to do something with this.
Right. And I can remember throughout the years, you'd often say to me, well, when are you coming to class? When are you coming to class?
Oh, if you get the opportunity to go to one of Sharon's classes, she will harass you until the day you die while you're not there.
Yeah, but the thing is you probably drive some people crazy besides your husband.
Most people.
Right.
But I think she needs to.
But the thing is
I love
accountability.
You've done so much to improve lives. Like I remember shortly after, when I was in legislature, I got up to my all-time high because I'll tell you, if you want to get in really bad health, go to the legislature because all you do is they wine you and dine you, they feed you.
Do you think I could get a job there?
Oh, you'd have plenty of people to work with because serving in legislature is really bad. You're sitting all the time, you're eating, and you're partaking at night in adult beverages. I got up to my all-time high, and I finally decided to, okay, I don't even think I told Sharon. I walked into class one day, and, well, I've been there 2.5 years, and she hasn't killed me yet.
How do you, though, I have a question. How do you get to be in the back? Sharon never allows me
Oh,
in the
no,
back.
because I
I'm
would-
up front. She's yelling at me.
Oh,
She's
no.
harassing me.
No,
No.
don't say that. People will be scared of me. She's lying.
Okay, now let's.
She's so- she knows that she loves me.
She's super good to anybody who joins.
And
Anybody.
it doesn't matter, and I'm sure this will go with your Saturday event. It doesn't matter what kind of shape you're in.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you,
Right.
do not be afraid.
Because there's, because like you have in your 6 a.m. class, you have me,
Right.
and then
A wide variety of ages.
you have, but then you have John Ward, the city manager of Newport.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's, if you're thinking about, if the viewers are thinking about tackling John Ward physically on a dark street, you better be careful. He's
Right.
in wicked good shape.
Same with our lunchtime class that the Louis Gardneau employees go to the wellness center that Sharon teaches us. We have an array of people.
So what are we expecting on Saturdays now?
Oh, you never know what to expect. I'm bringing out the guns. I'm bringing out something for everybody. Loud music, lots of excitement, lots of motivation. I'm hoping to bring in people that have never done this before. Okay, I'm reaching out to let people know that it's okay to come in and try. My motto is just keep moving, and you'll learn. You'll see everything. As long as you stay and give it 100%, or not even 100%, even if you just move your 1 foot forward, you'll get there.
Yeah, and we joke about you, but I watch how you work with the different people. You don't push. You push people, but you don't push
Not above their-
people
Right,
above.
right.
And you really feel out the people.
Right.
And when I'm just
I know.
slacking for the sake of
Yeah, when
slacking.
she's yelling at me,
Exactly.
it's typically she has every right to.
Yeah, and she's not really yelling.
No.
Right. No.
But that's why I'm here. That's why I came out here today, because I want people to understand that I'm not the intense fitness Nazi that people think I am.
She's not quite Jillian Michaels.
I'm not
She's got a
Jillian
little-
Michaels.
She's got a little mix of Jillian, a little mix of Bob, but she only brings out Jillian to those of us
That need it.
who
I-
need it and can handle it.
I picture her in 50 years being like that. What Jack LaLean was
Yeah,
his name?
Right.
That's what I'm headed for.
Yeah.
That's what I'm headed for.
But
So this
Sharon will be the next 92-year-old running
Right,
the marathon,
exactly.
right?
well,
What-
there's a 90-something-year-old who still runs the road race up Mount Washington every year, and you know
That's
what-
impressive.
Yeah, and you know what is? I guess he said is some people think, well, you're gonna die, and well, he basically said, I'm closer to the end, no matter what I'm doing. So
Right.
yeah, he does it every year.
My long-term plan, eventually, on my bucket list, is to run the Boston Marathon. Now, I've slowed down right now because I'm gaining speed again. Okay, I'm 50. So my plan is to run it at 70, because then my qualifying time will be perfect. Right? I can finish a marathon in maybe 6 hours right now. So if I stay at this pace and I kind of
Oh, that's funny.
like build my momentum, when I get to be 70, I will be able to finish I'll qualify at a 6-hour
That is
finishing in,
hilarious.
right?
Yeah.
So that's my goal on my bucket list.
Yep.
My goal for my summer fitness program is to reach out and bring in my community. I want my community to take hold of this, to bring their kids.
It's
to,
the perfect opportunity to get into
Yeah.
what Sharon does and really get a taste for it. Really, you hear all the time. I mean, granted, we hear it more in January, but you hear it all the time. Oh, I got to start working out. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. If you want something fun, because it is super fun, challenging,
And
but
time
also
goes by fast.
different.
Yeah.
It changes up all the time. Then you've got to try this class.
And the camaraderie you develop, especially at your regular classes, is some mornings the only reason I go
to see everybody.
is simply to see everybody, because you all have something. You all have something in common, and it isn't that you chat the whole time. You're just kind of happy to see
everybody,
and
yeah.
and you whip us into shape.
I'm at this for 31 years in October. I will be a fitness instructor for 31 years in October. That's because I happen to start in October.
Right.
It just sticks in my head. But in those years, I have always thought that this has got to be a fun, exciting way to feel better about yourself.
Absolutely.
You know, and if you can make a small difference and change somebody's life, that's why I always say I love my job. If I can see a smile on someone's face, or someone comes and says to me, "Oh my God, Sharon, I hated it, but I love it." Or I had a lady write to me the other day that said, I had a bad ankle and I was terrified to take the class, and Sharon helped me run a 5K. So we worked with her all winter, in this class, and her ankle's all better, and she finished her 5K.
That's awesome.
So these are what drives me. This is my fix for the community.
And you must be keeping my marriage together. I'm going on my
is this
date.
clean?
My date.
Yeah.
My first date is June 23rd of this year. It has been 30 years. And my wife said to me recently, "Boy, you're looking good." So see, you're keeping my wife happy
And,
too.
True.
and Cassie brings her better half too.
And
Matt Wright takes her class, and,
really?
and he's same thing. He's
How much weight did he lose last summer?
he's lost 50 pounds since
Yeah.
last year.
Right. And
He's
so
probably going to be super mad that we just said that on TV, but he'll get over it.
He'll get over it.
Right.
And we'll see him on Saturday, we hope.
you know, but I think you ought to maybe invite Uncle Ron to the class, Ron Wright.
that would be
and,
Oh, you know what? That would be actually a really great idea. I'll do a call out
Yeah.
to
Right.
the whole Wright family.
And say show up.
But the thing is, you know, with most, not most fundraisers, I shouldn't say that, but some fundraisers, you give money, you're not really getting anything in return.
Right.
With this class, you're getting so much in return. The
Yeah.
value is priceless. You're just getting so much.
I'm throwing out a challenge, and I told my friends this. I said, listen, this is the 90 day. This is 90 day. I don't know how many days. It's 7 weeks, 8 weeks. Maybe I'll go as far as I can with it. But if you come in and you want to make a change and you say, Sharon, this is the first day of my new life, I will take your measurements. I will weigh you. I will put the stats in a card, and I will check up on you every 4 weeks.
Not in front of everyone, Mike.
Not in every front, no. And then you will see how you progress over the
Right.
summer. And it's not immediate. It's a long-term thing, but it's an enjoyable long-term thing.
You know, you mentioned something too, Cassie, that that oftentimes fundraisers don't get anything back. Well, in this case, you're going to get health, but then there's also that bicycle race you
Right.
recently
Oh.
held.
Yeah.
You're bringing entertainment. Now, no disrespect to walkathons, but walkathons are
like
not
walkathons.
that entertaining for
Right.
me. But on the other hand,
You've never done one with me.
oh.
Right?
But I think that last race where
Oh,
you
that was
brought
nice.
where you
The
brought
Rasputin.
Yeah.
right you
Yep.
brought in professional bike
Right.
racers mixed in with local bike racers,
Absolutely.
and it was phenomenal because I think sometimes groups it's great to raise money, but it's also great to give something back at the same time, and I think
Right.
your organization has done that.
And it also the race brought in different, riders and actually an activity to watch, but it also brought in 350 people that
Newport.
wouldn't probably
Right.
normally come to this area. So it's just the visibility of everything that we do.
So Sharon, do you want to tell the viewers a little bit more about what's going on?
This is going to be Insanity Live. You see the DVD. How many people have the DVD? You had it and you gave it to me.
I had it. I bought it, never used it.
I
Sharon.
am the only instructor in the Northeast Kingdom, in Vermont, I think, into New Hampshire, that is certified by Sean T to teach Insanity
Who is
Live.
Sean T?
Sean T. Who is, tell him.
Well, Shanti is probably one of the most amazing personal fitness instructors of all time.
You see him on, you watch him at night on those.
No, I thought that was your title though.
I am second.
For this area, yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's just say when you do Shanti's video, he used to be a dancer.
Right.
So you feel a little awkward when you're doing, because he's got so much grace and so much style when he does them that you can't even compete. But he's probably one of the most amazing instructors ever.
The T25 is part of Sean T. It's part of the, used to be all
Like the
TVs,
P90X
P90X3.
craze, yeah.
But we decided, what Sean T and Beachbodies decided was that we need to make this into the live. We need to bring this into the clubs and into the fitness area, because you watch a DVD and the odds are you stop it, you hit play,
Right.
you hit
You
pause.
don't work to your
You don't work
potential.
to your full potential. And sometimes you hurt yourself because you're doing it wrong.
Right.
We are trained to bring this to the community to make sure you do it safe, you have fun, and you don't quit. And you can't hit pause on me.
Right. And the best thing is that videos used to be, I mean, they used to be like you had to work out like what, an hour and a half
Yeah.
to feel like you had to get any results.
These are done in 25 minutes.
They've been shortened, so they're 25-minute spurts of hard workouts. Not hard in the sense that you can't do them, but just like they're physical, so when you get done, you're so accomplished.
Right.
In 25 minutes.
And what else could you be doing? You'd be sitting there for 25 minutes watching TV,
Exactly.
and that's it. And
But you know what? Even if you enjoy working out by yourself, you come to this workout on Saturday and you're going to be like, oh my God, Sharon said to do it this way. Oh, that's why it wasn't working. Why does your back hurt you? Sharon said, straighten out your back. watch your knees. This is what we're there
Right.
for. We're there to show you the correct way to do the insanity or to do the videos that you like the
Right.
most
Right.
and get the best out of it.
So is there a fee for the Saturday events?
Every Saturday is pure donation. The bucket will be at the door. I'll take, if you can't afford it, you can still jump in. I'm not going to turn anyone away. If you want to leave $1, you want to leave $5, you want to leave $10. I can't put a price on my passion.
Right.
Do you see what I mean? I can't put a price on it. I'm going to have a great time. It's my passion. I'm sharing it with the community, and I'm hoping to bring in some money for my pet
And
project.
every little amount helps.
Yeah,
And
anything
I'm
helps.
gonna try to get down here a couple times because
So it starts, just so we're clear, it starts on June 18th
Yes.
and goes every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
Through summer. The end date will be announced later because we may go longer.
We may go longer.
Does somebody have to go to all of them, or
No,
can they just go?
No, if you're here for the weekend and you're here from school or you're here and you go, where's Sharon at? Sharon will be at the municipal building at 8 o'clock on Saturday mornings.
And the
You're not
municipal
locking
building,
anything.
just for some people, well, it's also the police station.
Right in the center of town.
Right.
So if you act up, they
Right
have
on
set
the,
it-
you can
Well,
walk.
if that's the case, probably Sharon will be missing half her classes,
Yeah.
just so we're clear.
Yeah, that would be good.
But you know, in all seriousness, you know, some people think, well, I can't go to your classes, whether it's there, you know, that one, or whether it's your other ones, because I'm not in the greatest of shape. You know,
That's every reason to go to a class.
right, exactly. And, you know, people think people are staring and talking. I'll tell you, when I started, and I've seen other people start, you don't even notice. Like, you know, like being a guy during the summer months, it might be only John Ward and I. And you know, I have to even think about it because you don't notice those things.
There's modifications for every exercise. There's an easier way, there's a harder way. Your workout is what you put into it.
And you're
you
so
can just
focused
march
on
in
your own
place.
workout
Right,
that you
right,
can't
right.
pay
Yeah, you're not staring
Yeah.
at
No,
what.
and if you're over in my class in general.
Well, I do critique Matt a little bit.
Okay, that's you
Yeah.
can do that. But in general, you can watch everybody's doing their own
Right.
thing. I think I'm leading the place, but I'm really not. If you look over to the right, somebody's
Right.
completely doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Somebody's doing knee lifts here, and somebody's running in place here. As long as you're working out, I
Right.
don't care what you're doing. You could be swinging from the chandeliers.
If anything, I have to say I work out a lot. You'll never, you know, you don't see me advertising that I work out a lot, but I work out a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, not as much right now, but when I see people that come in who wouldn't normally be there, or you know, they may have a few extra pounds on them or whatever, I look up to them. Like I'm like, that's amazing, good for them. Get started, get working. That to me is great to see.
I feel the same way when you know, my sons who are
Olympic
basically
runners,
professional
right.
runners.
I run with them.
When I look
Right.
at when I look at somebody who's very much overweight, who are trying to get into shape, and they're out running, I think, wow, that's great.
for them, yeah.
Is because you know I've seen some real success stories at your class, and there's one woman who started a few months ago. And I had to go up to her, and the first thing I said to her, excuse me, but I'm not hitting on you or anything, but you look great.
She did, and she said the first day she walked in here, I promise, she goes, I don't see a weight loss yet. I go, I told you, it's slow and steady.
It is slow and steady, but once
Yeah.
it starts,
It starts to
And
come
it
right
isn't
off.
so much about weight
No, it's
either.
about feeling
feeling
good.
good.
It's
Yeah.
about feel because I think sometimes society has gotten to they think of weight with health. No, I think we don't have to all look like you.
I go back 30 years to that little girl in the back of the room with a gray sweatsuit on, praying for mercy. Lord, let this end. So when I start every class in the back of my mind, and I have new people here, I go back to that state, and that's
Right.
when I put myself in your position. And when they laugh at me and I say, oh no, I don't want you in the back of the room, because I was the first one to head to I'm still the first one when I go to someone else's class to head to the back of the room.
So, last words, Cassie.
it's a challenge. It's a challenge for everybody in the Northeast Kingdom, even if you're from Glover, Orleans, Barton, Irisburg.
St.
Get
Johnsbury.
to the Minis at 8 o'clock Saturday morning, starting June 18th, to not only help yourself, but help people who really need it or dealing with cancer.
We're here for
Sharon.
them. Come join me. I don't want to do this alone. I really have a fear of being by myself in a municipal building dancing to Shanti.
Right.
Sorry. Please join me.
Right.
And I have to thank both of you because I believe in both of you. I believe in your organization, and as I've said, Sharon, is you are the guru when it comes to helping people using your exercise. Because as you said, you don't like to rake,
No.
and you don't like to cook. So you are using your God-given
right.
talent
That's right.
of motivating people.
Right.
Because
Right.
yes, you are a motivator.
I would drive people to St. Johnsbury, but most people are scared of the way I drive.
Yeah, I've seen photos of that too.
No, seriously. I volunteered all the time. I'll take you for your radiation. They're like, no, Sharon, just do your class.
That's
Okay,
funny.
thank you.
Thank you for
Thanks
having
for
us.
having us. I'll see you Saturday
Possibly.
on the 18th.
Right. Possibly. I do have my first grandchild on the way, so I will. So we are waiting, and if it happens to be on, if she goes into labor on Saturday, I'll ask if she can hold
Hold it.
off
Okay,
until
that's the deal.
Sunday, and
We'll see what happens.
yeah.
I know Sharon expects me there every Saturday unless I have a good excuse.
I
so
think we'll
I'll
just
see
call
you.
your daughter and have her just hold out for 5 days.
Daughter-in-law.
Daughter-in-law. Yeah, not, okay.
Okay, and
Good.
thank you to the viewers for tuning in to another segment of the Northeast Kingdom Voice.